AVC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. Gonna do a quick kind of 2 cents. I'm not gonna call it a review, but my quick 2 cents on the new Metallica album. Came out about a week or so ago. I've heard a lot of conflicting feedback on it of people that thought it was fantastic, people that hated it. And I actually held off, and I didn't stream it or listen to it or anything because I wanted to wait until I went into the shop this weekend and got my copy so I could actually sit and listen to it from start to finish. So for the past week or so where everyone's been talking about it, I haven't heard anything. So I was really excited to listen to it based on all those mixed reviews. So I grabbed the album last night, also grabbed the CD, and actually I ordered the cassette too. For those of you that are cassette collectors, they did put out some cassettes as well, and you can find them on Discogs or eBay. You know, about 15 bucks plus shipping, that type of thing, so they're not bad. So if you want to get a cassette of that, make sure you order one. But yeah, so like I said, I hadn't heard anything about it. I had about a 1-hour drive last night, so I just got in my car, put the CD in, blasted it, and listened to it from start to finish. Didn't go back and listen to any parts or listen to a song again, just one time all the way through. So forgive me if I get some stuff wrong when I'm talking about specific songs or anything, because I don't have any of that, stored yet. But my first impression was I was very pleasantly surprised with the album. My attitude with thinking about a new Metallica album coming out is there's going to be 2 or 3 songs that I love that'll go into my Metallica rotation when I'm listening to Metallica, and the rest will be cool stuff maybe to listen to. Maybe I'll go back and revisit it, but probably not that much, not that frequently. And with this one, I remember almost every single song just kind of thinking, that was really good. I really enjoyed that. So it definitely was better than what I was expecting. It's definitely based in what's has been established as I want to say new, but it's not really new. I was gonna say like the new Metallica sound, but I think really the new Metallica sound started with Death Magnetic. We had Load, Reload, and Saint Anger, which to me was kind of Metallica just, setting themselves free from the old school and just kind of experimenting, if you will. But it seems like Death Magnetic was the album that really established that this is the new Metallica sound, which is kind of this mixture between, it's not quite metal, but then it also hasn't quite transitioned to hard rock. It's kind of this mixture that's right in between. Like, to me, that is the new Metallica sound, where you'll listen to a song and like if you're analyzing it, you'll go, oh yeah, that's pretty metal, that's kind of cool, that's very hard rock, that's kind of classic rock, okay, that's back to metal. Like, all those elements are they're just kind of bridging together in what they do, and this album still kind of stays right on that path, in my opinion. So you have plenty of your palm muted, kind of approaches in a lot of the different songs, with James kind of doing more of his vocal delivery as opposed to the power that he tried to knock you over with in the early albums. The Kill 'Em, the Ride, and all of that, the Justice. He's really kind of floating with his melodies now. Making more of the words rhyme throughout the verses and things of that nature, and actually focusing on carrying those melodies from word to word, from verse to verse. So I guess in my mind, he's singing more than trying to overpower you more, which makes sense. I mean, it's like most of us can't do in our 50s and 60s what we were doing when we were 19, 20. It's like, so it's been just kind of the transition to where they are now, and I think James sounded fantastic. I think he was staying very true to himself with where he is right now, and that made it sound fantastic. I think Lars, like, his drumming is always unmistakable, and nothing has changed there. So if you loved Lars before, you'll love him here. If you hated his drumming before, you'll hate it just as much here, because it hasn't really changed. Rob is just one of the greatest bass players of all time, so any band he played on, he's gonna make them sound that much better, because he's just freaking fantastic. And I thought Kurt was even pretty great on the album too, in the context of, there were some different elements where he did guitar solos that were very, very simplistic. Like, he didn't get locked into the let me show you what I can do. And I kind of like when some of the greats do that sometimes. It's almost like they're being more true to the song and not just, wanting to display their talents or whatever. So there were a few moments in here where I caught that from Kurt, and I thought that was pretty cool as well. But, some songs like, and again, forgive me if I'm picking out the wrong ones here, but I think it was You Must Burn and Crown of Barbed Wire. I think those were the two that I thought very much kind of a Reload sound, right off the albums from Load and Reload. Definitely a couple things that came right off of Death Magnetic, and of course a number of things that correlated right to Hardwired that, coming off their last album. So if you're a fan of what they've been doing since Death Magnetic, I think you'll definitely love this album. So only good things to say about it there. I haven't opened the vinyl yet, so I listened to the CD last night. I do love the inserts. I love that they didn't do the whole, put on a bunch of makeup and try to make ourselves look 20 years younger and wear clothes that we would never wear every day and blah, blah, blah. I love that they kind of just embrace their age on these. Like to me, that's almost like a hell of a statement is what I get there. Like from here, this is almost like a halfway up middle finger, not quite giving the middle finger, but like a halfway up, maybe a pinky finger, we'll say that, to almost kind of saying, yeah, we're not the same that we were 30 plus years ago. We are the older guys. We've changed our style. We've adjusted to where we are now. We've adjusted to all the different things that we've learned along the way, like all of the knowledge, the wisdom, the experience, all of that. That is what you're getting in this new album. So don't come here expecting Kill 'Em All. Don't come here expecting Ride the Lightning. Don't come here expecting, all of that stuff. This is where we are. This is who we are. And like, I got all of that just from seeing those photos and the way that they did it. So to me personally, that was very cool. My one biggest complaint in this entire album, I'm telling you, it's a huge one too, is that freaking album artwork. That's horrible. To the point where it almost makes me angry. And I say that because, those that are big metal fans, we know that one of the things that's so predominant with metal, you kind of had this a little bit with some of the hip hop bands back in the late 80s, maybe going into the early 90s, but mainly the late 80s, is that metal is known for the band logos, right? Like the band logo is like the tattoo on the band's arm that everywhere they go, it's there, right? I mean, if you have a new Exodus album coming out, you have a new Testament album coming out, you have a new Overkill album coming out, you know exactly how the band name is going to be plastered across the front of that album. And I remember thinking when they announced the new album, one of the things that I was excited about was, ooh, I wonder what the new Metallica artwork will look like. Again, seeing Metallica strolled across there again, like what's going to be shooting out at you, what's going to be blah, blah, blah. And then this piece of junk shows up in terms of the album cover. I'm sorry, I despise this album cover. It's horrible. And with a band logo, that's big, excuse me, as Metallica, and they give you nothing but this, and then whatever the heck this is going on here. I just think that was a pathetic choice. I mean, not even like I don't quite like it. I think it was a pathetic choice, quite frankly. And let's say that's the cover you wanted. At least on the hype sticker, I think we should write, like, it should be a law that Metallica cannot write block print Metallica on the front of an album cover. You could at least made the hype sticker, something that was like just the Metallica brand. Like, I'm dead serious. That bugs me more than anything else or any song I heard on this entire album. I mean, it's just freaking horrible. I'm sorry, it's absolutely horrible. And to block print the hype sticker, that, I don't know. I'll leave that there. But that's the worst thing about this album is the freaking cover and the hype sticker. But anyway, so that's kind of my initial 2 cents. Again, after listening to it one time all the way through, be curious to kind of see if that maybe changes a little bit for me as I dive deeper into the album. But As always, thanks for watching, VC, and we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys.